Hi, and welcome to Carolina Varsity's review of Week 3 of the 2013 season. I'm Dale Ross.
And I'm the pet man, Matt Morrow. And we're going to take a look at the games here. We're going to start with the game Dale went to, a 65-0 West Meck victory over Garinger.
Yeah, I'm just going to be real quick about it because the biggest thing about this game was the closing of the West Meck Stadium. Jalen McClendon went to his coach's athletic director, requested that another game be played at West Meck, and that's why the game is being played. And Jalen, if you're looking at this again, thank you. As a West Meck alum, I'm glad that some of you guys are thinking like us too. We're all Indians. The game was, there was more about the stadium closing than the game. It was a practice pretty much. I predicted 42-0 at halftime. I think it was 45-0, something like that. I suggested that Caldwell not play his stars in the second half, and he didn't.
Right.
Pretty much West Meck did what they wanted. The stars looked good. McClendon, Wilson, Smith all looked good. I requested a roster and I requested stats, Coach Blackburn. I'd like to know who 56 and I think 58 are, because they were other players that kind of stood out.
Right.
You know, it's really hard to gauge West when they're playing a team that's got 23 players that are hardly motivated.
Yeah. I went to East Meck last Friday, North Meck versus East Meck. North Meck won 47-8. It was actually a pretty good game at the half. 20-8, North Meck led. They got on the board with a couple big plays. Quarterback scrambling out in the pocket. Receivers scramble rule broke long, and he was able to hit them for some touchdowns. East Meck scored right before the half on the touchdown pass. In the second half, North Meck just came out and dominated. The second half, they ran the football real well with Will Santiago at running back, offensive line. They were running an off-tackle trap, pulling and kicking the defensive end out. East Meck, I'm sure it had to be disappointing because they probably looked at this as a game they could win with North Meck coming in. But North Meck, they look a lot better since that scrimmage, and I keep saying that. They're a sign of a good team is improvement from the preseason into the regular season.
Exactly.
And, they're sitting at 2-1 with a bye in Myers Park in 2 weeks, so it might be a team to watch there. Also, Rocky River defeated Sun Valley 21-20. Real close game, good running backs. Rocky River was down in this game and came back to pull it out.
Yeah, real exciting game, as you say, and I'm certain that this is the start of a rivalry that will take place between those two schools because they are so close together. Communities, I'm sure, run into each other in some places. So, congratulations, Rocky River.
2-1 on the season. Doesn't matter how it looks, as long as it's a win.
Exactly.
Myers Park getting the win column, 37-7 win over South Meck. Passing game looked real good for Myers Park, and the only South Meck score was a defensive score. So the South Meck offense is still kind of working some things out.
Well, as we've seen, the defense is ahead of the offense.
Yeah.
Defense, they just had some more experience over there. Not so much youth. I think they actually are playing very good defense based on what they have. The big thing for South Meck was they won the JV game the night before. They're pretty excited about that. So, South Meck's looking for the future.
Ardrey Kell defeated Marvin Ridge in the Battle of Blakeney, as it's called, 45-24. So Ardrey Kell, they're 2-1 also, and things are looking up down there. Marvin Ridge, that's another tough loss for them because they're falling down to, I believe they're 0-2, 0-3.
Yeah, you got to wonder when people are going to start wondering about what happened with the coach.
Yeah, there's been some talk about that already.
Exactly. Ardrey Kell, two wins down a row after that big long losing streak. So maybe Coach Hastings is starting to get that ship righted, and we'll see.
Yeah. And a game that's generated a lot of talk. Independence defeated Olympic 21-8. Some say the score was kind of lower than they expected. Independence struggled. Olympic did some funky things on defense, so forth and so on. And we'll discuss these two teams a lot more in the best of last discussion.
Exactly. So, and maybe it might save my comments for the best of last because did impact why I ranked things. The only thing I can say is Independence got to win. You know, you always want your W's no matter how they come. Olympic apparently is playing a better defense than we've expected, and Olympic's going to have to learn how to close drives out with scores. That's it.
In a very defensive-oriented game, A.L. Brown defeated Weddington 7-0, where the only score came on a defensive play. A.L. Brown forced the Weddington fumble deep in the territory, and I believe recovered it for a touchdown. And that says a lot for A.L. Brown. I know one of the A.L. Brown guys on the forum was disappointed in that score, and I told him, you know, for you guys to have a shutout,
Yeah.
you know, that's a great sign compared to last season.
Well, if you'd have asked me, if you'd have told me there was going to be a defensive score in this game, who would it be from? I would have picked Wedding.
Oh yeah,
So,
definitely.
hey, take your W's where you can get them.
Hough defeated Lake Norman 51-29, and this is the biggest offensive output for Hough so far this season. A little surprising, the Hough giving up 29 to Lake Norman, but I had some details on how those Lake Norman points came about, and they weren't all on the offensive side of the ball. Yeah, any thoughts on that?
No, you know, again, games like this, when they get kind of out of hand, things can happen. Players can lose intensity, etc. I just think it's a good win. Lake Norman's kind of, you know, this first time we've actually picked Lake Norman right, either going to lose or win. They didn't surprise us and win this one, so no, not really. I think it's just now Huff's going to take their bye week and look for independence.
Yep, and pretty much what we expected here. Mallard Creek defeated Berry 69-9. Coach Brand worked on the passing game some, and Scaife threw 5 touchdown passes, which was a good thing for them.
Now they just did what they needed to do, work on things that they will need later in the season.
Yep.
Nothing, no surprise here.
Exactly. And then the traditional West Side rivalry, and I don't get to say this often, Hardin defeated West Charlotte 14-8, and as an alum I say go Rams, good job. The funny thing about this game, apparently there was one pass completed between both teams, which is a rarity in today's spread-oriented, fast-paced offensive games. So some old-school defensive football here.
Right. As an Indian, I'll say anytime West Charlotte can lose, it's a good thing.
We're not hating on you, West Charlotte. I'm just saying
These are just our internal rival things. You know, actually, I'm kind of sorry you guys are losing so much. I hope you get that thing turned around. Good win for Harding. Good game for the West Side.